Alright, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. I know I've posted on Facebook about wanting to get a video put together for you guys, show you everything that I've been doing, but I also want to do a call out, so stick around and we'll get to that in a little bit. But as you can see, got the floor of the bed on, just got the box sitting up there. Give you an idea of how it's gonna look, but I got all my aluminum. That piece fell out on the floor. That's typical, but yeah, they're all cut, fitted in, so then I'll weld my tabs in, drill my holes so that everything's all mounted up real nice and neat on this. I still have to cut this one final trim, and I gotta cut the two that go up there. And after getting this thing to this point, I think what I'm gonna do is run some support bars on here, because I don't know if you guys can tell, but this isn't the most sturdy running that length without some type of support, and I think that'll just stiffen it up. And I believe that I believe being stiffer is better. The last video that I tried to post that ended up being too long because I don't have the I don't know exactly why I wasn't able to post it. I guess it's just because I don't have the subscribers. I wanted to bring everybody up to date, or introduce to the channel my 64 build. It has really been falling to the wayside in the past like 2 years. I haven't done a whole lot on it. When I first started this project, I went gung-ho on it, did a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong, I took a couple I go on these little hiatuses where I just take a little time off and decompress from working on something, and my last time that I've been doing it, it's been like a year and a half, almost a year and a half going on 2 years that I've really done any serious wrenching on this. But this is my 64 build. 64 C10 short bed. Here's the cab. Floors, they don't need completely replaced, but I'm going to replace the whole floor on it. The bed is actually sitting down at my trailers, or sitting down on my trailer at my father-in-law's, but some of the things that we did to this, 4-link rear suspension, I'm going to be changing a little bit of it because I didn't give myself any type of adjustment in case this does not track correctly. So I don't know if I'm going to do it with the bottom bars or the triangulated bars. Probably the triangulated bars. I'm going to be redoing them so that I get, if it needs to track one way or another, I can do that fine-tooth adjustments. 2.5 inch pancaked front cross member. Dropped the airbags down into the A-arms. Pie cut the upper A-arms so that we get rid of a little bit of not only the camber, but also the angle on the ball joint. The thing that I've been working on here and there, very intermittently, is my rack and pinion, because I want to run rack and pinion on this. It has the big front brakes on it, or big front disc brakes on it. Rear is also set up for disc brakes. I'm not 100% positive that this is the rear that's going to stay underneath this. This is out of 04 Chevy Silverado 1500 4-wheel drive, and I think it's just too wide. I went to a U-Pull junkyard. I found two wheel drive rear ends that had around the right gearing that I wanted, and I'm welding this rear. I'm not putting any money into it. I'll just weld it. I really don't care if it blows the hell apart. I just don't really care. If it blows apart, I'll buy another one at a junkyard for 70 bucks and weld it up and throw it in there. It's not horrible for me to put in time welding and straightening everything out. But anyhow, out to the call out. Up in Newport, there is a place called the Buck Bog. I want to call out Send It Steve and Slow_Restorations. I know Danny down at Slow Restorations has a really cool Bronco too that's all built up, V8, 4-link in the rear, sitting on air suspension. It's a cool truck, it really is. And Steve has the Bruce. So I want to do a friendly call out, and I'll do everything that I can to help these guys out to get their rigs up there. I know Steve has a trailer, which I think is Danny's. I have a trailer. As long as one of the vehicles will fit on it, I'll haul it up, and I'll find somebody to drive the Taco because I want to take the Taco up. You know, it's open diff. I know that its weakest part, its weakest point at this time is the clutch. This truck has, oh geez, this truck has 214,000 miles on it. It is still on the bone stock from the factory clutch, but I have a lot of fun in it. I bought it to kind of build it up, daily, build it up, use it as my everyday commuter, but I have a lot of fun messing around in the mud with it. If you've seen any of Send It Steve's videos, you see that it's my daily driver. I drive it all over the place. That's my other daily driver. It's a lot easier to park this at a Walmart than it is to park that, or a Turkey Hill, or wherever that I'm gonna pass. I enjoy this truck though, I really do. I had this little 4-cylinder, 4-wheel drive Nissan that the frame cracked out on it, and I was going to give this to Cody, but with the frame being cracked and as nasty as it really is, I think I've gotten to the point where I'm going to either buy him another hard body, or I'm gonna buy him a Tacoma and we'll scrap that. If I buy him a hard body, I know that engine, the clutch that's in this truck has less than 1,000 miles on it. It just so happened I put the clutch in, frame cracked. Stuff happens, not the end of the world. I know that the hard body has a lot of new parts on it. It's a good truck. I loved that truck, having that truck. The Tacoma has the extended cab. It's a little bit bigger of a truck. I think the Tacoma has a little bit more payload. I don't know if on paper it does, but I think it does. I think the Toyota's a little bit better of quality of a truck, but I did love that Nissan. I took that thing all over the place during Fox Predator season, Fur Taker season. I took that little Nissan all over the state. I had no problems with running that thing all over the place. I paid $300 for that truck, and I used it for like 2 years without any issues. Frame cracked. I got my $300 worth out of it, trust me. But anyhow, no, I want to help you guys out about getting the vehicles up to the buck bog. If that's something that Steve and Danny want to do, I want to go up, have a good time with you guys, take the Tacoma. Like I said, I know the clutch is the weak point. If I blow the clutch out of it, no big deal. I'll spend a couple $100 or whatever to buy a new clutch, throw a clutch in it. Then I know I have a new clutch. I'm not going to baby this truck because I know where its weak point is. Until it completely fails, I'm not going to tear it apart. So, with that being said, Steve, Danny, let me know if you're game. And we'll figure out the logistics to everything then. I'll talk to you guys later. And thanks for watching.